Hello and welcome back to another Reverse 1999 episode. You know, if there is proof of anything, it's that even when I'm sick, even when I'm tired, even when my day is hectic, I'll record Reverse 1999 if I have privacy. And so now that we have regained some semblance of privacy, let's hop in. Number 6. I honestly didn't look at his kit. I see that Purify buff right there. Not sure if I want to summon him, but you know what? I feel like we should anyways. I like his design. Alright, our summons are starting team. Oliver Fog! Obligatory Oliver Fog moment.
Good day.
I'm not seeing any new 4 stars, so I'm gonna assume this is all we get, huh?
My name is...
I'm gonna start skipping 4 stars from now on. He clicked.
Miss, your head is tilted.
Alright, we can skip that. Nothing much here. I go for another one. Hey, 2 yellows, that's pretty good. Star? Hey, I don't know why I thought it was possible to summon Matilda, and then I remembered it's not possible. Unlucky. DK. No DK.
Greetings to you, fair lady. May I present you a rose? Ah, seems like you won't fall for this cheap flattery. I'm ashamed.
I wish I could summon more DKs, but it's fine. God damn! I didn't even know you can look at their final art like that. Well, this is our last summon, it seems. How quickly we arrived here. Nothing, huh? Or no 6 stars, anyways. Bacorn? Never mind. It's her. I forgot Corn Bloom is plant.
Ladies and gentlemen, before you stands the great artist to be, the voice of peace, the adversary of banality and violence. I give you Diggers.
I don't like that character, I'll be honest with you. I played the Melania event and I'm not convinced by him.
Quiet, my old pal.
Uh-huh. Claim this. Why not? And yeah, that's all the dust we have. I'll accumulate some more and then summon for him later. But there is one thing we need to do before we hop back into main story.
I'm not good at dealing with visitors.
Never mind, we're opening the wrong thing. We have Portray. I claimed the 5-star ticket thing recently, so yeah. Let's final Portray Bacorn Bloom. Ironic, I never intended to max Portray her, but RNG decided, hey, Forever Life, this is your unit now, so there's that. Unfortunately, she's 100 bond, so it's time to replace her, like the many before her, and the many coming after her. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Sotheby. Actually, should we put Sotheby? She's gonna take a long time before she gets max leveled or max bonded. Sure. Let's put her.
This is Typhon, the hero of Otto Island.
Anyways, enough stalling. Let's go to main story. You know, top right. Yes, I will trigger you. I won't open that. You commented about it, but I'm not opening it. Let's wait for a few more stars before we open it. How about that? There is something here. Nope, there is nothing here. Convergent birds. The clamor has ceased. They settle on the treetops, enjoying a moment's rest.
Congratulations, Miss Sonetto. You are the fastest learner of our doctrine among all the visitors in the past half-century. On behalf of all orators, I award you this laurel wreath.
No, I wouldn't have achieved this without your guidance.
That looks cute.
Those mathematics statements are really inspiring. I've learned a lot, but there's still something confusing me, such as Pythagoras and his golden thigh, his memory of the previous lifetimes as the son of Hermes, and the transmigration for every 216 years. Could you please tell me more about these?
The door is violently kicked open. I thought she pulled a Foundation moment where Vertin asks, "What is the storm?" Two outsiders, heads dropping to their chests, are dragged into the Hall of Truth.
Why would people fail to see the charm of the matrices? This is not right. I need to spend more time on teaching.
Your personality doesn't allow it, 37. I've seen her backstory with Sophia, and yeah, I'm not sure what to make of 37. I feel like she gets away with it because she's cute, you know?
Anyone, save us! Thus my journey of art is doomed to fail.
That's the voice of Diggers. Ain't no way that's not the voice
I really
of Diggers.
don't want to study maths anymore. Help.
Nobody cares what they are yelling. As 37 continues to grumble to herself, the two men are dragged into a different room.
Timekeeper, you are here.
Yes.
I heard that you completed all the lessons on the scripture. This laurel wreath suits you well.
A risk keeper. Yet Sonetto keeps her head low.
Timekeeper, I'm sorry. At the assembly, I failed to understand the Arcanist's logic. It was totally different to the debates I have participated in. But now I have...
That was not your fault, Sonetto. It is now behind us.
Indeed, risk keeper.
I need to tell you something more important. I've signed a peace agreement with Arcana, and the price of breaking it is... death.
What?
I love characters who just randomly say, "What?" I relate, I
So
understand.
Manus Vindictae is also restrained by the stone bangle like we are.
The chief assistant ponders aloud, having already removed her laurel crown.
Yes. She put it on without hesitation.
I wonder. I really wonder. Never mind. I really wish we could just put the cloak and we can put the laurel on top of Sonetto. I just wish we had a toggle for that in the main menu.
But I don't think her purpose would be as simple as hearkening the ancient wisdom.
Unlike other stones in the foundations. Okay, before it's activated, it looks harmless, rough, moderately,
I
whatever.
attacked Manus' followers earlier as 37 asked me to. But I received no punishment from the bangle. Perhaps this island makes its own judgment on what to be classified as hostility. Like it has a mind of its own.
Sonetto, do not report this to the headquarters before we figure out how the bangle works.
Good, but I like how Vertin took a risk. The series could have ended. It really could have. And just, we wouldn't know that Timekeeper died. But yeah, there's that, I guess.
After all, there are many other things to investigate on this island, other than Manus Vindictae.
I see. I will contact Miss Juvis and Miss Moiselle first and keep an eye on Arcana. Timekeeper, this island, the Manus' mask, and your suitcase are all immune to the storm. Does this mean we could collect more asymmetrical nuclide R samples?
I tried to collect some samples last night in the outer region of the island, but the detecting device showed nothing. If we were to find out more, we have to go to the center area.
What are you conspiring now? Do not poke the fire with swords, and do not jump over a crossbar. The assembly will not be held every time when there's a crime. Please take heed of my warning, and do not overstep the line. Learn a lesson from them.
Who is them? Behind Sophia, two grey-coated figures appear. Grey-coated. Yeah. That looks accurate on Regulus, but I'm looking at Lilia and I'm not noticing any grey on her. One disabled, the other covered in soot, as if they have just arrived. As if they have just survived an explosion.
Lilia, didn't you say you have Regulus with you safely?
Apologies, Vertin. I was going to rescue Sonetto through a very creative underground tunnel, but things didn't quite go as planned.
Interesting. Regulus shimmies in a dance-like step, trying to shake off the dust.
Not a bad innovation for a simple clap on the forehead. If only you didn't miscalculate the location of the explosion.
I like Lilia.
This apple is grateful that it didn't get blasted into a puddle of apple jam.
Warning. Shell cleaning required. Warning.
I don't know why, but when I was in that cave, ideas kept flooding into my head. Though, judging by the outcome, they weren't all good ideas.
Sophia puts her head on her forehead. How? How do you put your head on your forehead? Are they so Is that supposed to be hand? Looking extremely fatigued.
On a routine patrol, I found them trying to break into the cave. I'm not surprised that an irrational number would try to trespass on forbidden grounds. But you two? The integer and the fraction? What were you doing with her? This is a serious crime.
Life has suddenly become a lot more difficult.
Do we have to go through this debate again? It's okay, Timekeeper. I will defend Regulus.
I really like how Timekeeper for once is the moody one.
I've thoroughly studied the scripture, and this time I'm sure I can do better.
You'll get him, Senator.
Forget it.
Sophia mutters to herself.
Forget it. It is unwise to waste time trying to understand an irrational number's motive. Besides, we should let the reckless take care of the least important matters.
She gives him a smirky smile.
That's it. Regulus, you will come with me to clean the beach.
Huh? Me? Again?
Doing labor, I really love how we're taking a shit on Regulus by the day here.
Since you have too many floating points, words of discipline would not work on you. We would have suggested you study with the rest of the students here. Abstain from eating meat, bathe in cold water, rise with the Apollo star, study our doctrine, read the scripture aloud on the beach, so as to remove your floating points and purify your soul.
What? I won't do any of that.
But
I like how
take your
direct she
peculiar
is.
character into consideration.
Internet, you're trolling me. Hello? Oh man. This is what life has become, huh? This is what life has become. I don't want to take another risk pressing that confirm button, and then turns out I'm not even connected. We're gonna give it a moment. Let's talk about real life for a moment. Actually, no, let's not talk about real life. Real life is barely worth talking about anyways. Talking about the story. Really, I can't make anything on it. I've had an entire week to read about Pythagoreans and their studies and stuff, but in the end, I realized it's just like racism, you know? It really is just like racism. You see, the thing about racism is, if you learn more about the other culture, right, you can make more racist remarks. But then, if you learn more about the other culture, does that really make you a racist? Words to think about. Same thing with this chapter. If I call these people crazy, and I learn their studies, who's the crazy one here, huh? I definitely don't sound arrogant. Anyways, let's risk our lives with this reconnect button. Thank the God. Oh, thank the God that I worship, not the God that they worship. Oh no. This is the return of the Let's Play. This is peak. This is peak.
I decided that some compulsory labor would be the better option.
Regulus also smiles in relief.
Oh, that's the best news of the day. I'd rather clean up the rubbish on the beach than be surrounded by people giving sermons all the time. At least the rubbish doesn't talk gibberish. I'd be dead if you didn't change your mind.
Regulus, studying the scripture is not that scary. They will teach you and guide you until you take full command. Just like taking lessons at school.
Ah, the foundation.
Huh? Is that what schools are like?
Haven't you been to a school, Regulus?
She doesn't have a mother.
Haha! A great pirate would not remember trivial matters as such. So, where were we? Which part of the beach needs to be taken care of by the great captain?
Oh, trust me, by cleaning up, you're gonna be fighting creatures. You're not gonna be picking up random labor.
My laboratory.
Whoa! Where did you pop up from?
From the Shadow Realm. 37 blinks her eyes emotionlessly and entirely ignores Regulus's complaint.
37. Aren't you supposed to preach to the visitors?
I've seen their numbers. A group of negative repeating infinite decimals. They will achieve nothing but to repeatedly step in the river of mistakes. I gave up on them.
Nice.
Fine. Those of you who are complicit in breaking into the cave will also be sent to labor.
I'm just gonna say, Sophia might be a certain number. A certain number that, in one game, we love that number. But in that one manly anime, we're scared of that number. I wonder which number that is.
Sonetto and Lilia will come with me to patrol. Regulus, you can go clean the lab. As for Verton, you will assist 37 with her study of the emanation.
Hey, that's awfully convenient. Thank you very much.
Don't waste more time on the trivial matters of the phenomenal world. Integers. That was the sole reason you were on this island, was it not?
Sophia turns around and leaves. She stops a few steps away from them, silently urging the patrol team to move.
Don't let down your guard. The arcanists on this island are not as easy to deal with as you imagined. Down in the cave, I heard some pretty alluring and intriguing anecdotes.
Miss Lilia, this way. You will cover this area.
Stay on the radio.
The flying witch waves her hand and departs for her new job determinedly. Sonetto hesitates for a brief moment, then quickly goes after her.
Don't worry, Timekeeper. Lilia and I will keep an eye on Manus Vindictae.
We are counting on you, Sonetto. I have a feeling we are coming closer to a big secret.
That the storm is man-made, or I should say arcanist-made? Hey, that wouldn't surprise me. Okay, thank God. Thank God it's not the narrator. I was about to say I don't have time for that. Trial, intercept the deserters. The masked heads want to escape from the classroom of truth again. Stop them. Let's help 37 beat up the Manus Vindictae.
Finally, some interesting words.
So we're just gonna do the usual routine. Buff, debuff, gun. I know we just did debuff, buff, but I said buff, debuff. Does the order matter? I don't know. Gun. Obligatory gun. Hey, perfect. We have 2 more gunshots and a eternity AoE attack. This is perfect. Gun. Gun. Perfect. Elemental advantage is helping Corngloom keep up. Can't wait to see her S3 or what S3? Can't wait to see her thing, her ultimate damage. We debuff gun. And sure, let's use an eternity single target.
Talking out calms people down.
Gun.
Radio waves are everywhere.
Doesn't kill. Unlucky. Unlucky. Alright, moment of truth.
We should listen to what people
Let's see how much damage this does.
And this is an alien city.
Secrets always hide in careless ways.
Looks pretty good. 17k. Hey, she's not inside 3 yet, so there's plenty of room for improvement. They will eventually understand the true beauty of mathematics. I disagree. Various scraps of colored waste paper. The Great Revolution, transforming the prison of numbers into artistic utopia. Begin investigation, 5:30 a.m. The sun has just risen. Incorrect island schedule. Urgently needs correction, 5-star. A rough doodle of a man with an expressionless face. Is that Click? Maybe. Loose hair, free-spirited and discerning, never mind. Needs a bit of dishevelment, 1-star. Tough headband, perhaps express individuality and defiance. Monotonous coloring clothes, no tassel decoration, poor taste, 2 stars. Room, neat, bed rolled up, not even a trace of having been slept in. Collective lack of imagination and creativity, 3-star. Are we talking about characters like 210, 6, 37? Are we talking about people in the island? What's happening here? Doctrinal studies, terrifying regulations, a stranglehold on the soul, 5-star. Location, Plaza Beach. Method, lecturing, art salon. Transformation style, dreamy, cozy, passionate, a rough doodle of a beach party scene. Honey bread and vegetable salad, vegetarianism. No leftover food on the plate, environmentalism, a beautiful utopia prototype. Boring and lengthy Q&A sessions, sleep-inducing, 4 stars, frowning, contemplation, frowning, contemplation, not a single smile, harmful group activity, 3 star. Walk in the fields makes me hungry. What's for dinner? A rough doodle of a little girl with long hair, fierce expression, and exaggeratedly waving arms, like some kind of artistic process. Terrifying pursuers, stubborn enemies of the Great Revolution. Beware. I think this is Regulus, actually. No meat. Reminder, sometimes peace must give way to the stomach. 3 star. 10 people per table, suitable for exchanging creative ideas and inspirations. Reciting poetry, yeah. High art, no meat. A rough doodle of grilling meat. You say no meat and then you put an image of grilling meat. Are you... Shake my head. Let's move on, I guess. Sound the alarm. Ultimately, there is always more than one weather forecast. So this is where we see the laptops and the computers, and we're 1-to-1 with the Foundation on this island.
What? What am I looking at?
I'm surprised they actually have real technology on the island. It just feels out of place.
So your so-called sacred project is this gigantic IDM computer?
Regulus inspects the computer like an expert.
I was curious about them during my stay in Laplace. Those later versions of the model are so much better than the 66 ones, but this one doesn't seem that far advanced to those. This is not a junk piece the man has sold you, is it?
Items of the phenomenal world are all a waste. This one is long broken. After the emanation, we couldn't find anyone to repair it.
Why do you keep referring to the storm as the emanation? What does the emanation mean?
It is the waves of Numa. We are the expellees of the world of forms. We were banished to this damp and dark cave. Everyone here is obsessed with the fake light on the wall, but forgets to look for the truth. Numa, however, will lead us to escape the cave and return to a more supreme realm.
Eh? You make it sound like we're living in piles of rubbish.
Aren't we?
Of course not. If you ask me, I'd say you have absolutely no idea how wonderful the outside world is. Because you have never left here to try it yourself. Dr. Pepper, the music festivals, Rory Storm, the Hollies, and the Rolling Stones. Oh, there are too many to count.
I disagree. I tried Dr. Pepper because of, whatchamacallit? Steins Gate. And honestly speaking, for its price, it's pretty disappointing.
If it weren't for this sick storm, I would still be riding a motorcycle in one of those races in London.
Your soul must be pretty contaminated.
And the computer, they can calculate extremely large numbers within seconds, better than hundreds of thousands of you combined together.
In the case of numbers, it's not the bigger the better. Also, this computer has never played a useful part in our study.
Come on, mate. You people just leave it in a cave. It's like sending an infant to the kitchen and waiting for it to bring you dinner.
What an interesting metaphor. You know, speaking of free life, I was driving with my friend and there was this really huge, and I mean this huge speed bump. And you wouldn't know it's huge until you drive above it. And so, like, my friend's car is a pretty big car. It's an SUV or a four-wheel vehicle, right? It's not a small, short vehicle like mine. So... yeah, my guy goes above the speed bump, and then when the car goes down, it's like you hit a meteor or something. I felt my hips go up and down in that transaction. And yeah, I randomly blurted out loud, if I was a mother, I'd have given birth right there. So, I don't know why this reminded me of that.
Never mind, you'll see what I mean after I fix it.
Regulus mutters as she gets down on the ground and crawls closer to the computer.
Can you fix an IDM, Regulus?
No, but I've seen the LePath people do it. Shouldn't be too difficult, I assume.
IBM 400, or was it? No. IBM 4100? Is that the one that John Titor uses? Or John Titor?
Oh, the dust! When was the last time you sent people down here to clean?
I like how her face just got dirty instantly. That's pretty funny.
Oh, some critters are nesting here. Oh, did I break into your party? Bertin, come give me a hand. They won't let me touch them.
Close your eyes and listen to that again. Just blind people raising a question mark right here.
Anyone offer your seat to the senior?
We're fighting these random critters again. I don't know what the red thing breaking means. Why, hello there, Sotheby. I didn't even notice we had you here. Debuff. Gun. AoE.
Gently. Oh?
Gun.
waves are everywhere.
A little bit hot here.
Mm-hmm. Decent damage for now.
Bodyguards! Where are the bodyguards? What?
Gun.
Take it easy. What's this?
Gun.
Hey.
Obligatory gun every time. This should heal? No? No? It does, but it's not much. I think you have to commit to the artifact or the psych cube. Let's just double AoE. Bada bing, bada boom. I don't know if this kills. We need the attack buff unit somewhere.
Try for free. Try for free.
Yeah, doesn't kill. Unlucky. But hey, it's fine. This is what happens. We just get silenced randomly. Let's read this for a second. Mass attack deals 350 reality damage. Activates all cure. But we don't have any cures on the field. Perfect. We lost a Moxie point. That's bad. If we had a Bicorn Bloom card, we'd flicker, but I think this is our only play. Actually, you know what? Let's take a precautionary action. Do this, and just pick it up. Bada bing, bada boom.
A little bit hot here.
Now there we go. And now I assume... Listen. The safer play would be to use Eternity's card. And... I agree. Let's do this.
I know what this is.
The ocean dry.
Yeah, let's hope there's some decent healing for Bicorn Bloom. I haven't used Sotheby much, so I don't know what exactly she does.
This is the gift. Well prepared for you.
Decent healing, actually. 2k? That's pretty good. I gotta say, though, Sotheby sounds different than her, in-story voice, let's just say. This is a mass attack, which buffs our double gun. Let's go.
It seems to be mixed up.
Gun. Gun. A nice damage, actually. The Bicorn Bloom is cooking, let's just say. We're gonna randomize the cards, hope we get a Bicorn Bloom debuff card, which we do. Perfect. We're gonna burst down this guy and gun.
I hear something. Don't be so furious. Secrets always hide in careless ways.
Considering we don't have Cemento, that's decent damage.
How dare you? Support staff.
Rest in peace, Sotheby. Rest in peace, Bicorn Bloom. Well, there's that, I guess.
Take it easy.
Unlucky.
Hey. A little bit hot here.
And that's game.
I will pray for you.
Sorry. Feels good to be back. Green numbers appear on the screen. After getting rid of the parasitic pests, the dusty behemoth begins to miraculously return to life.
You fixed it. It's great to have you clean the laboratory, Regulus. Your floating point immediately reduced.
I really love 37's glowing eye expression. Reminds me of Sotheby as well.
Oh, Is that a compliment? Sounds like one to me. Thank you.
It's a wordplay, Captain. Infinity minus any numbers still equals to infinity.
Why did you have to say that?
Fine, fine. I should have given up the idea of changing your eccentric sorting system a long time ago. What's the meaning of humans inventing computers if these machines were only left here for some critters to nest in?
Thanks to you, now we can have a look at the previous models, Regulus. But it's a pity since it only has the data before 2003. Everything in the past 4 years has gone missing.
You could say the color disappeared from her eyes, or the light disappeared from her eyes. I forgot the expression. 37's fingers are dancing over the keyboard. She seems surprisingly familiar with operating this computer. I was about to say, you're telling me this woman who just lives on an island knows how to use a computer randomly, even though she just said that they don't use computers for anything serious.
This is our chronology, Vertin. From 1999 to 2007, the emanation has taken place 7 times. In the initial 4 years, the emanation has a pattern. First, it brought us back to the 90s, then the 80s, and then the 70s. After that, it suddenly leaped to the 30s. In the subsequent 3 years, it took place twice.
Every record here can perfectly match what is in the Foundation's files. Wait. These are the records before 2003, you say? But this one refers to the storm in 1966, which happened recently.
The ones we're familiar with.
These are indeed the records before 2003. What's following the records is our forecast.
That's to say, you prophesized the 1966 storm 4 years prior to its occurrence. How is this possible? That you are clever enough to develop such a precise mathematical model, while at the same time you just let the IDM become the home of these critters.
We just worked out the patterns in the number sequences.
You made such precise prediction even without leaving the island. That's incredible.
37's lips curl unhappily.
You don't need to go into a river to find out the pattern of its flow. Moreover, we would send people to observe in the phenomenal world. My mother was one of them.
You have a mother.
She is the co-author of this model. Nobody knows this computer better than her.
So you have a mother too?
37. Where is your mother now?
Wiped.
Like many people, she was restored to her true form. Since then, I took over this laboratory.
The form, you said? 37? What is it?
What kind of question is this?
She tilts her head, looking genuinely confused.
The form, or the essence, is what's left of you after all the fakeness has been peeled off.
Dead. Okay, I'll just summarize it for you. She's dead. She's been wiped by the storm. Well, I didn't expect Vertin and 37 to have common ground, let's just say. Hey, I see a trial somewhere. IDM maintenance records. A page torn from a machine maintenance log. Creased from having been repeatedly unfolded and folded. Check records. IDM maintenance records. November 8, replaced punched papers, no equipment abnormalities. November 9, shut down for 30 minutes to check the connector board. Inspection results, some wires slightly aged. No leakage or poor contact was detected. Reported and added wires to the monthly off-island purchase list. November 10, shut down for 30 minutes to check the motor drive. Inspection results, performance good. November 11, shut down for 30 minutes to check the indicator device. Inspection results, the needle of meter A1G4 was stuck. Upon troubleshooting, the internal gears of meter A1G4 were corroded. Reported and added the indicator meter to the monthly off-island purchase list. You can just buy stuff off the island? Okay. November 12, replaced punched paper cards, no equipment abnormalities. November 13, no equipment abnormalities. November 14, no equipment abnormalities. November 15, shut down for 1 hour 15 minutes to replace the meter. Also obtained a new type of connector board from off the island, scheduled to be replaced the next day. November 16, replaced punched paper cards, no equipment abnormalities. November 17, replaced a new connector board, shut down for 3 hours, replacement completed. November 18, no equipment abnormalities, disposal of the original connector board. I give it to my daughter, Sophia, who is quite fond of studying these. The disposal has been approved. November 19, no equipment abnormalities. November 20, replaced the punched paper cards, no equipment abnormalities. So, okay, the writer or the person maintaining these records is Sophia's mother. Now, let's bring attention to November 9 and November 11. Right? November 9, November 11. Now, let's look back at some previous chapters. This is in February, right? This is also in February. This is... Lord knows when this was. I mean, I'm sure if you've been paying attention to the timeline, you can actually technically piece out when these chapters were occurring. So these are, the initial chapters are in August, but like the foundation itself, the discipline school, I think Vertin was like 8 years old when she was in it. Or was she 10 years old? Let me think. I know Matilda is like 2 years younger. If Matilda's 14, Vertin should be around 16. So is Seneto. Seneto should be 16 or 15, or maybe if we're really pushing it, 17. But yeah. Okay. Now let's look at this chapter. This is in October. I'm really convinced that somewhere along the lines, those maintenance records happened in the first 4 chapters. Now, I don't know where or when. It's possible that when Vertin was a child, that's when the maintenance records were altered. So it can't be that, it can't be that much into the past. It has to be in a timeline that is recent, because Manus Vindictae has been surging more and more as more storms appear, right? It's not like Manus Vindictae was an old thing. Anyways, that's just me trying to make sense out of nonsense. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.
This is Typhon, the hero of all... There are many